ご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Tamako Market. Yeah, we're here for episode 4 of Tamako Market. Last week we did episode 3, and in episode 3 we focused on one Shiori Asagiri, the soft-spoken, kudere exteriored badminton-playing cool girl. And we discovered that all she really wanted to do was reach out to people, but found the, casual gratitude and normal banter and simple interactions between close friends who had been friends for a long time, like Midori and Tamako and Kana, to be foreign and alien and difficult to understand for someone who obviously hasn't had as much experience with the human thing that we call friendship. And, struggled to speak her mind and her feelings and her very pure, very genuine feelings of gratitude and thankfulness and all to Tamako and the others, but mostly to Tamako, and discovered that it's really, really difficult to do that on your own. It's very difficult to break out of your own shell, and it is very helpful if someone can catch wind of what you're dealing with and reach in and pull you out. And indeed, that is what happened over the course of the episode. Tamako discovered some of what Shiori might have been feeling, and through a little bit of prompting and a well-timed visit to the coffee shop and a perfect song to play, managed to pull some truth out of her, some honesty, and that's exactly what she needed and wanted, and it was fucking beautiful. It was really good, and I liked it a lot, and that's it. So, this is usually the part in the intro where I talk about what I would expect from the next episode. We do have a couple of hints from last time. A Small Love Has Bloomed, or something like that was the title. And we got some images of Anko. I think there was one with her, really dressed up, for a ceremony or something, and I don't know what that's about. But I would guess, and it's just a guess, I would guess that maybe Anko will have some kind of, childish, middle school-y, crushy thingy going on, which could be really good for a couple of reasons. One, I think that Kyoani's really good at childish love and just being fun about it and really wholesome about it without it being weird. And two, I think that seeing young people learn what their feelings might be could be an extraordinarily valuable thing for our older characters who are currently struggling with new feelings of their own. Does that make sense? It could be very valuable for Tamako to see her little sister struggling with naive, extremely childish, crushy type things, right? Could put some of her own feelings in perspective just a little bit, and maybe get her thinking about some of the people in this story who are clearly going to be aimed at her, / in love with her, / whatever. So, all I'm saying is I think that could be really good. Beyond that, I have no predictions. I have no expectations. My sole prediction and expectation is that this is going to be a really fun episode of a show, and I'm really excited to watch it. I've reached the point with Tamako Market that I hit with some Kyoani shows, not all of them, but most of them, where I'm just trusting it at this point. I put myself into the capable hands of Naoko Yamada and the rest of the staff, and I just say, gimme more. Is that a song now? I feel like that's a weird song by a bad pop female artist. Gimme more or something. Oh god, what am I doing? No, let's get away from that thought as quickly as possible and turn our attention to Tamako Market. Good. I did the little jingle and now everything in the world will be okay. Let's watch episode 4, shall we? I don't feel like stalling here at the beginning. We're probably gonna have plenty to talk about at the end. No reason to waste much time. Let's just watch the episode. Episode 4 of Tamako Market, A Small Love Has Bloomed. I've got it up. It's ready to go. 2 versions. Picture-in-picture version in the description. Timer-based version up on YouTube. Beep beep timer right now. Let's do it. In a world where there's a beep beep timer. It's right now. That's this world. You're in it. Okay. Is that Anko or Tamako? And is the light everywhere just light, or is this a flashback? It could be either. Also, that is a mother, isn't it? That is a mother who is facing away from us, isn't it? Okay. Okay. She looks really fucking cute. I'm not usually a big fan of the whole ceremonial makeup thing. Not a big fan of makeup in general. But she looks really fucking cute. What? No. They're heavy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How old is Tamako? And yeah, the mother is still looking away. We're not going to see her face. Fuck you, show. How long ago was this? This can't be more than a couple of years. Anko's not that much younger. Is she practicing a dance? That's what it sounded like. It sounded like traditional, like, a performance? Tap up. Fuck this whole OP. Fuck this whole OP. It's such bullshit. Is this volume up all the way? It is. Okay. Sup? I'm so excited. This show has genuinely gotten to me, and it's bad, man. Oh boy. And get you fatter. Oh boy, you are not helping. Oh, oh, buddy. Completely. Well, Kong. You need some strength of character, Dara. Yeah, lost count weeks ago. Niwatori? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not a good idea. She wasn't speaking ill of her. She was saying that I need to shut up. The snaps are coming too quickly. Okay, if we just get many Anko pouts in this episode, I think all will be well. Okay. No. That's particular. Oh, buddy. Oh, this is the first episode that hasn't really started with a Dara monologue, huh? And clunk. Yeah, good luck, buddy. Have fun in the dollhouse. You shall assist me. Carry me somewhere. Ah, I see. Yeah. I'm not sure that's the way that it went down, but alright, Dara. Yeah, that's part of it. You're the one who just casually leaned up against him. Oh, have fun. Well, you can run to the bathroom now. Oh. 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 Is that a happy? Happy? Whatever they are. They compete at festivals? She does not. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't think so. Just rejecting it a little bit. Oh boy. Yeah, exactly. Oh hey, he's looking a lot lighter. Fat normal. Yes. Yes. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's why. In search of women! Cross the street shop? Oh, yeah. Alright, alright. It's very cute. It's very cute. Onward. Yeah, On knows what's up. She's just out. Oh. Yeah, how you feel about that? Aww. Yeah, but you want them. But you want them. Comes with a big bag of shit. Oh, yep. Give them out to your friends, dude. Oh, hi. How did you catch up? Also, wait, this shot is weird. What was that? Also, are we zoomed in? That was strange. So she removes a syllable? Hmm? How's it like mochi? Hey. Ha. Oh! Yes! Kid Crush. We got one. Yeah. Aha! Mm-hmm. Midori gets it. Ding! Uh-huh. Why don't you give some sardines and stuff to those boys? What? It sure is for you, isn't it? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're an idiot, Tamako. You're a big baka. But that's a very useful thing for Midori. Aww. Oh my god. That hair, it looks like a squash or a melon or something. It's super cute. Oh my god. They're like violin thingies on the yeah, what? Ah. Uh-huh. An opportunity. Uh-huh, but also a great fear. Ooh. Yeah. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Oh. Responsibility. Gosh darn it. Still won't be enough. Alright, Dad. Whoa. No, it's not that. It's that this isn't. Oh, there's another one. Woto. Akame. Yeah, don't do that. It's not as bad as you think. Oh shit, he's got a little one too. Nice. Big reject though. Whoa. No. Okay. No ulterior motives there. In the old days when mom was here? Yep. Okie dokie. Paris love? That's not a thing. It's Tokyo love story. Dozo. You're gonna blow out the microphone. Oh, you trying to sneaky? You trying to sneaky it up? Dameda. No, he's an enemy. Yeah. I doubt it. Yeah, that's all it is. It's not it either. No. Yeah, you're both pretty stupid. Does Anko actually get it? She can't. That's rough. Instead of trying to manipulate other people, figure out a way to get what you need to get done. Oh, Grandpa. Oh, Tamako. Yeah, you can't say no. Very well. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Oh, that was super cute. Good luck. Yeah, let's see how that waking up early goes. Hard cut to inability to wake up that morning. Nope. Okay. Hey, he's flying like a person. Hey, she was up. Hi. Uh-huh. Bloop. Bloop. Had a whole lifetime, you know? Aw. Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. He's gotten a little bit less, whatever. Gotta get better. What's that? What's that you're humming? Yeah. Mom used to sing it? That's just the assumption. What is that? Okay, portable shrine. I guess we... No, you gotta get Dara to stand on top of it. You gotta get Dara to stand on it and be a beautiful bird in the center of everything. It'll be perfect for his ego. It's gotta be Dara. It's the one answer. Oh my god. Or a giant Lego bird. Yeah, no. What can we do? Flap, 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 flap. Would you like a position of honor, Dara-chan? Oh my god, they're gonna do the full glow. Oh, coffee shop. That's gotta be the song that he was looking for, doesn't it? Okay. That was fun to play as a joke. They're... Yeah, he just wants the attention. As long as you give him that, it's all good. Oh, hi, Kana. Got me. Got me. Woo! Woo! You gotta get going. Thank you. Eh. No, don't get bashful about it. Just go. You dense one. Yes, bask in my glory, says Dara. Oh, hello. Doshite? I got places to be? Oh, back to opening. Oh, back to opening scene. The things that her mother was doing for her. Okay. Will she miss her meeting? Oh. Yep. Yeah, and we're using some of the same, some of the same cuts and stuff to re-evoke it. There we go. Nope. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you still got time. Go. Go on. Oh. She can end up not going. That would be a very interesting choice from Anko. Oh god. Oh, that bird is dead. Nah, he's fine. Total dummies. Happy. Nice. How much of that was that, and how much was just reluctance? Yeah, it was. Yeah. No. Yep. Because he's sweating. She's really getting into it. Wait, is that Boyo? Hi, Boyo. They didn't end up going either. They didn't end up going either. Unless they did. Shut up. Give him some mochi. Oh my god, somebody grab her. Is she under the bed? She's under the bed. Oh, she's in the... Okay. In the armoire. Oh, yeah, that's too much. Ugh. What does he have? Well, that's the one she's nervous about. He's got weird eyes. That's a mean thing to say, maybe. Oh, wait. He's the one that she's into? I didn't. We were kept in the dark the entire time. And we always framed the black-haired boy in front of him. That's pretty fucking cool. Get that bitch a fossil. Bitches love fossils. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I think all people are different. Right? Yeah, so it was meant to. Yeah, it was meant to mislead us. Oh, hello, Star. Oh, yeah, I gotta bathe that. Thank God it's water-based paint. I suppose it has. Is that the end? Fuck, that went by fast. That episode just like evaporated. It just gone. Let me pull up ANN stuff. And also Paris Love Story. Ooh. Beaches and stuff. Cool. Interesting. I want the title and that's it. Whoa. Why does that ring a weird bell? Once we spent a night together. Oh, no, it's a weird thing. It's a... Okay, I know exactly what I'm thinking that's related to, and it's not. It's completely unrelated. There's a... that's weird trivia. There's a single line in Critical Role Campaign 2 where they are doing the Bodo players, and those of you who haven't seen it, don't even sweat, it doesn't matter, but those of you who have, and I know there are a couple, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Marisha goes, "We spent an evening together, you and I remember that you told me..." Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the Bodo players. That's worthless. Okay. Sorry, total off the topic, off the wall thing. I just spent a moment looking for the Paris Love Story thing, and that doesn't seem to be a thing, so cool, great. I was just checking, and it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't matter. Cool. I'm gonna go to, well, let me see. There are a couple things that I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the ANN stuff and so that we can look at episode director and storyboard and stuff. And I'm going to take the muxed version of this episode and throw it in my editor for skimming through purposes and all that jazz. Before we do that, I want to say this was a pretty simple episode, I think. I will go through it again and we'll check because there's usually a little bit of hidden layers to this. One of those hidden layers is the mislead that's done really subtly. I think it's a really subtle mislead that we instantly assume that the black-haired he looks more like a shonen protagonist-y type of kid, right? He looks more like a normal kid. Who's always in the front of the frame with the other one slightly behind him and slightly out of focus. So just through camera tricks, we and the rest of the cast are misled into thinking that Anko has a crush on one of them. And they hold that over Tamako a little bit until they themselves discover that they were wrong in their assumptions. So there are some layers of assuming things and the dangers of doing so in this episode that I think might have some implications. We'll see. Regardless. This episode was stupid cute. The little through line of, well, okay, Anko as a character, as she has been demonstrated to us up until this point, has had one solid through line of characterization, and that is that she is rebellious toward tradition, I would say. Given the show's general thematic, like, push in multiple directions around the theme of tradition and moving forward and modernization and all those things, Anko is a character who plays a role in that. She immediately, I mean, I think she's the character that basically brings that into the show in episode 1 when she arrives and is like, why do we mochi? And Grandpa's like, 'cause we mochi. And she's like, I don't know, man. Call me Anne instead of Anko, right? So immediately she's like rebellious against it. I wouldn't say rejecting it, right? It's more childish than that. She wants to be like a modern girl, right? She doesn't want to live in a traditional household. She wants to be a more Americanized, maybe if you want to call it that, or more westernized, let's say, modern person. Someone who might want to live in like a shiny city, you know? Sparkly lights and things. The draw of all of that. And at the same time, she's got confusion and turmoil within herself around these things because, well, there's another layer to it too, which is that there's a little bit of soreness on the subject, I think. It seems to me that her mother's death, assumed, is closer to Anko than it is to Tamako. Or at the very least, Tamako was and is more mature and was able to deal with it more maturely, while Anko seems to have not dealt with it as much. I get the feeling that some of her rejection of traditionalism and her, like, I don't like festivals comes specifically from the feeling like of associating those festivals with her mother's company and her mother's, like, aid and her mother making her up and getting her dressed up in an outfit and stuff. And I think that's why we get that at the beginning, and why in that scene when she's laying in bed we get this, like, subtext of, I don't hate festivals, it's just, it's not quite the same. It doesn't feel right and it feels wrong. So there are layers to this episode that might not be immediately apparent, and that's part of why I want to make sure that I give it its due, because I feel like that's been the case for pretty much every Tamako episode, whether or not it's something deep and like world changing about these characters or whatever. Like finally coming to the realization that Midori is totally and obviously has feelings for Tamako. That took me until the discussion to really get it, right? So same deal here. I feel like there are layers here that I'm missing, and that's why I want to go through the episode again, or part of it. I also want to pull up storyboard, episode director, because this was a fun one. It wasn't a standout episode, I would say, but it was a fun one. It was solid. So I want to look those up. I want to pull this remixed version into my editor for quick skimification, and yeah, I just wanted to give you like a little overview of what I thought of this episode. I thought this was a really solid one, a really fun one, very slice of lifey, without much else to it, it seems, but we'll see if we hold to that opinion as we move along. It also breaks formula, which is maybe a good thing. Insofar as our characters do not hit some struggle by 3/4 into the episode and then go to the coffee shop where they are prompted to work out their struggle by the introduction of a particular song by what's his face. Like, that's been our cycle for every episode so far, and this episode breaks it. Instead, we have him alone during festival time talking about how he is distant from things. I think I didn't really catch his stuff. It was kind of, you know, a lot of what he says is kind of obscure and a little bit cryptic, but that's okay. Cute moments, some mochi moments, like him carrying around the shrine and obviously beating his body into a pulp to do so. But the reason that he was doing it was important, right? That he was hoping to catch Tamako, hoping to see Tamako and carry the shrine together or something, right? So what motivates Mochizo? Yeah, all right. I see you, buddy. I see you. Okay, I think that's it for just my quickest little blurb of a run through. I'm gonna go import this thing and get some stuff prepped, and then we'll be back in just a minute for a run through of episode 4. Cool. See you in a minute. All right, welcome back. We're good to go, methinks. I've got everything up and ready, and I've got ANN up. So this episode was both directed and storyboarded by Noriyuki Kitanohara, who has been responsible for a shite load of KyoAni stuff, including episode 4 of the same series, and a lot of stuff on Chunibyo, and a lot of stuff on K-On!, and a lot of stuff elsewhere. He's episode directed a ton of things and storyboarded a ton of things, and is quite good. Solid. Nothing ultra, mega, super, duper, ultra crazy or anything, but sure, whatever. Great. So Oh, I said, yeah, it said also directed episode 4 of the same series, which was a stupid thing to say. Also directed episode 11. I just got confused in my brain space. Coolio. That works. How do I want to go through this episode? Like, there are specific things that I want to try to cover, and they're separate and they're scattered through this. Anko's like attitude toward the festival is one, moments with Anko's mom are another, and moments with the two boys are another. I think the thing that I'm most interested at first, just as a starting point for the story, is I'm just going to skim hyper fast, and let's just find all of the sequences where we see the two boys. That's what I'm most interested in as just a starting point. Okay. I think it's a bit later that we actually get anything on that front. Yeah, it takes just a little bit longer. We have some Dara stuff and some explanations and some expositions about the festival and things before we actually go out for the day, and it's when we're out for the day that she starts like thinking about the thing. All right, everybody's pushing. She's just trying to like, I want to go to school. I'm not interested in the festival mood thing. Let me get out of here. But I'm about to go to school. Oh yeah, this cut. What was so weird about this one? Is it just because we're like kind of parallaxing and they're moving across frame while we're also yeah, it is. Okay. While we're also moving across the camera, and then the slow stop that we take. Cool. It's nothing like super crazy. It's just really fluid feeling. This is kind of surprisingly unique. You would think that kind of a shot would occur all the time, but it doesn't. It's very little. That's so interesting. It's very little more difficult than a static shot of the two of them walking, right? If this were static in frame, like if they didn't move across frame as we were pulling across, if the camera just tracks them and they hold still essentially and just do the bob thing and we just move the background behind them, that works just fine. But by doing this, we get the feeling of their actual motion through a space and of a camera that's actually following them. That's so weird that simple things like that make such a dramatic difference. I don't know, man. Okay, call me on, not Anko, all of that stuff, yippee-dippee-doo. Okay, and then we hide. Great, perfect. The two of them go by. Yeah, immediately, brown hair, one face. I'm just intrigued by all of the ways that we mislead us. Bingo. All right, he's slightly out of focus. That's the second way. Like the face that's smiling toward us is his, but it's out of focus, right? The focal point of the camera is this kid's nose, essentially, not the guy in the background. You can see it in the line work around him. He's slightly fuzzy, right? That's out of focus. We do not register those things. It's like it's subtle filmic psychology. It's not even that subtle. It's pretty straightforward filmic psychology. The shit that's in focus is what you focus on. It's one of the many ways that our eye is led around a frame. The others would be like vignetting, specific composition, and like guiding lines. Rule of threes is another one that's common, right? And all of them, insofar as they appear in this frame, guide our attention toward that boy. And we, like the two girls, like Midori and Kana, go, oh, we get it. So simple. We understand completely. But nobody asks Anko about it, right? I mean, she doesn't give them much of a chance, but still. I love that Tamako just doesn't get it. It's great for her to be a completely naive, completely oblivious goober. And I think it's well, there's subtext to this line from Midori. Well, it's reassuring to know that you're so dim, especially when it comes to feelings of people around you. I wonder why Midori would find that reassuring. I don't know. Maybe she might have some... No, that's crazy. Some feelings that she maybe doesn't want Tamako to find out about on her own, and would find it reassuring that it's unlikely that Tamako will find out about those feelings on her own. Ooh. Yeah, we're just reinforcing stuff. It's great. And off they go. Yeah, and we double down on that by her just being like, oh, I get it, they hate each other. No, friend, no. Oh, darling. Oh, child. Oh, child. Okay, good times. And I gotta say, yeah. Just in terms of focusing on probably the cutest character on cast, I mean, she's Anko. She's the equivalent of Dragon Maid's Kana, right? And I'm not saying that she's best girl. That's a different discussion. And I still think that Kana is probably up in the running for that one, but we haven't had a Kana specific episode. At the moment, I think Shiori is probably best girl, but she hasn't shown up enough, so I don't know. But the cutest character, the most daughteru of these characters, the most protectable, is super obviously Anko, and this entire episode focuses entirely on her cuteness, and it is glorious. Gotta love it. Now, this one, the friend one, the one whose head looks like a little melon thing, I gotta go find that type of melon. I guess more than anything, she's like a pumpkin. Yeah. So her character design, the character design of this character makes me think of like a pumpkin or like a ridged squash with two violin scrolls on it. That's what I cannot unsee a squash with two violin scrolls on it, and I love it. I love her character design so much. Fucking KyoAni designs, man. Jesus. I would so watch a show with that pink-haired character as like lead magical girl. I would love it. It'd be dope. Okay, so additional mislead. Wait, do we see them? Yeah. Tatsuya-kun and Yuzuki-kun, right? So we always lead with Tatsuya, who we immediately assume is the dark-haired one, and then we get the confirmation that that's the dark-haired one. Hey, Tatsuya-kun, Anko-chan said she's coming, and he is the normal-looking dude who turns to us. He is closer to the camera, he is framed better, he doesn't look as goofy, he's a character. And so we are misled. Next Sunday. Okay, and then can't do it. Yada yada. This is important, but we'll get there when we go through from mom stuff. Because mom stuff is important. Fun festival stuff, also important. And also this stuff, super important. Actually, hold on. Let me just for my own purposes so that I can simmer on it better. I'm gonna, like, 3 times speed skim this scene. Okay. Same lines. That. Right there. That. Kaoru was there, right? No, not for that part. For outside, though. No, they're all helping at the same time, aren't they? Okay, so Kaoru was there for that. So Kaoru knows. Knows that the lines that Anko is saying are the same lines. So that's what that expression is. Shit. Okay, question for you. How old is Tamako at this point? Because Tamako at this point looks about the age that Anko is now. Right? How old is Anko now? She's in middle school, she's like 10 or 11. And then Tamako's like mid-high school, so 15 to 17. So if Tamako is in this period 10, let's say, then it's 5 or 6 years ago. Then An is 5 or 6, right? And we can assume fairly reasonably that this is the last festival that that their mother was there for. So their mother died when On was 5 or 6. Okay. Gonna hold on to that. There are still a couple more scenes with the boys. So, when you look at this frame, where's the focal point? It's pretty clever, actually. You'd think it would be the center, right? But it isn't. It's not. It's actually the center of dark-haired boy's face. Look at where the threes are. Editing me will put in a little thing so you can see what I mean. There's an intersection right on him, PowerPoint, right on him. Then beyond that, there are all the guiding lines up in the top left corner that draw your eye immediately to him. So the center of the screen is brown hair boy, but the framing still misleads. You fuckers. And now for the first time, he stands in front, which is great. Even here, she like partially obscures him in frame, and then off she trots. That's great. Okay, so we do a sneaky, a try the carrot, try the stick. I hate mochi. Okay, sure. Yeah, and then mackerel to make it all stanky. And then he appears. Yeah. Oh, this is the one. And he's like kind of goofy and like not what you'd expect. And that's perfect. Okay, when she opens the thing. Remember what did I list as the options? Framing, vignetting, guiding lines, rules of 3. Right? Composition, where you put things in frame, whether you darken them out, whether you focus on them. Everything in frame, except for Boyo here, is not only out of focus, but vignetted. Pretty dramatically. It doesn't look that dramatic, but it's there. Well, a little bit of tunnel vision going on. Now, obviously, part of that is that she's like peering through a crack, but it's on the like bottom corners and the top corners as well. It's an effect, and it's effective. Yank. Now he's in focus. Now he's in frame. Now he has looking room. Now he's framed. I mean, he doesn't have headroom, but he's otherwise framed properly. And his smile is sweet. And his joy is genuine. And this is just, I don't know. Something about this frame of the door opening to her looking up and the way that the light, like, intersects both of her eyes. It feels extremely familiar, like it evokes something within me, and I'm not sure what. It's just evocative. It evokes these two characters genuinely care about each other. Like, even if they're naive children or whatever, even if it's a crush or whatever, this is really sweet and good. And it's that moment that sells it for me, and I don't know why. But it does. Thank you. Aww. And yeah, Anko's a good kid, and then Dara. Bam, bam, boom, bang. Cool. That's a good bit of stuff. A good bit on that particular thing. Okay, and then we have, I think it's as soon as they start chasing Mochizo is where we switch our attention to the coffee shop. Day of the busiest festival of the year. It's the day this shop becomes the most silent. Okay. Such is the ambivalence between me and the world. I don't have anything to read into that. I don't know. And maybe it's just an episode that doesn't need him. That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I can take that as the thing. That's doable. I love how just more people start arriving at the shop and helping out. It's great. Okay. I forget what all the things that I went through and listed as things that I wanted to talk about were. There's a lot in this episode. There's surprisingly much in this episode. Mom moments. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Okay, so we get a couple of lines that are then repeated by Anko later. Close your eyes and count to 10 in your head so that you don't, yeah. And then you look like a princess and all of that. And the whole I want to take them off thing. Anko's reluctance is pulled through and pushed past by her mother's love and care. Also, there's just something about the way everything moves in this whole scene. Like, it's all together. The woman behind, the mother pulling everything. Yeah, it's just so good. And the little details, like the fact that those things on it do hang and they wiggle in the weight and the wind. And then we show her in the mirror. Princess Anko. Back when. Different time. Okay, skip the OP, even though it's totally unskippable. Still gonna skip it, because time. And we continue overfeeding Dara, because that's what we do. Cool. Moving along. I like their banter. Their banter is fun, and Anko as a character is so far the most outspoken and the most, like, aware of what's going on, I think, in a lot of ways. I don't know. She kind of is genuinely, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. Like, everyone else has kind of just accepted Dara's presence in their lives, and Anko's still kind of, like, poking him, like, what the fuck are you? You're a talking bird. Why are you here? I don't know. And also, you know, joking with him and calling him a chicken, niwatori, and stuff. And him doing the same and joking back at her. Carnival is a specific festival somewhere, right? No. Now, Carnival is a Western Christian festive season. Carnival? That's a manga. Carnival? Oh. The spelling matters. Carnaval is how you would spell it in Portuguese. And Carnaval is the same as Carnaval near Lent. But Carnaval of Brazil, Carnaval do Brasil, is an annual Brazilian festival held between the Friday afternoon blah 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 blah. Where the women become less inhibited and dance samba and stuff, and love's blossoms burst into bloom, perhaps. That kind of works, doesn't it? Like, we haven't been able to pin down literally any info about where Dara might be from, or where those people who seem to know Dara might be from. What if they're fucking Brazilian? Or similar, somewhere in the area. South American. It tracks with their skin tone. It tracks with the somewhat tropical nature of their location. It might track. It might not matter at all, but it might track. Maybe they're Brazilian. Maybe this is our first real hint to it. Because he's very specific about Carnaval. And the only thing that comes up when I search Carnaval is Brazil. So, hey, maybe that's a little clue there. I don't know. Anyway, onward. Anko's stupid cute. This bird's stupid. And Digesto. Okay, this is a little thing, but it's like the cutest characterization of the family so far. Grandpa's just here reading the paper. Anko just very casually, with zero warning or anything, just sidles up to him and leans back to back against him. That's so comfortable. Not in terms of, like, physical comfort, but in terms of the comfort level that you need to have with your family for that to be normal. It's kind of mind-blowing to me as someone who doesn't have that in their family. So, want to point it out because I think it speaks volumes as small a little thing as it is. Yeah. Anyway, freaking idiot. Freaking fat idiot. Idiot bird. Stupid idiot bird. All right, I love that everyone's into the festival. It's very fun. Of course, Anko doesn't care, and of course the banter between these two goes through again as usual. We run into everyone. Oh, I'm trying to not do this right now. I'm trying to get out of here. All right, cuts and shots and shots and cuts and boys. Hello, boys. Goodbye, boys. And then this and more boys. We covered this. And now we have the trouble. Okay. This comes to Anko's... Well, it's an interesting way that we solve the issue of the episode. The simple issue of the episode is Anko wants to go somewhere, but she has responsibilities at home. The answer that is eventually presented by her grandfather is just work at the thing early and then get your stuff done and then you can do the thing. Essentially, grandfather presents a balance between go free and do your own thing, but only do it after you've already dealt with your own responsibilities, which is, I think, a mature perspective on something like that, as opposed to trying to find a way to get out of the work, getting the work done yourself earlier. Much, much better way of doing things. It's not quite an answer, but it is an option, I think. It's interesting. Okay, then we get, you're a daughter of this shop too, and I didn't ask to be. Ooh. This is a difficult one because it's something that children do say, and it's a like a win an argument button for young people. It's not like I wanted to be, I didn't ask for this, etc. That's fine. None of us really ask for much of our circumstances, but we do have a responsibility to face them to some extent. But what the episode does is, instead of allowing Anko to rebel against it, we allow her to embrace it by kind of forcing her. But by the end of the episode, she makes her own decision, right? And her decision is to embrace the festival as it is. Huh. And in doing so, a small part of the traditions that she's otherwise been rejecting. Sorry, not rejecting, rebelling against, because the two are kind of different. You can be rebellious towards something and still, like, care about it. To reject it completely is opposite. And she sometimes delves into rejection, like the rejection of her own given name, Anko, for An, I would say is rejection. But it's rebellion toward the whole thing about tradition, I guess. It's interesting. So, hard-nosed father, but also doesn't want to hurt his daughter. He just, like, she hasn't told him the situation, right? As far as we can tell. Yeah, what's fun about going to the museum with you? The issue here is that as far as we can tell, she hasn't been like, a couple of my friends are going, this is a one-time opportunity, I really want to go. Which might change things, but we don't know. But instead, she put it as like, she seems to have put it as, I just want to go to the museum, let me off of work. No. Meh. A combi. Yeah, why was I born into a mochi shop family? This is the question. All right, and here we go. This is where we have the line, I could not care less. Yes, of course. I love this because it's not the first time that we've gotten it from Tamako. Gong! With the actual gong in the background. It's great. Or it's a thunk. It might be a wood box or something. Festivals just make us busy. Which is, of course, there's no secondary intent there or ulterior motive. It has nothing to do with the fact that she has one particular activity that she would rather be doing than going to the festival, right? Nothing at all. Not even a little bit. In the old days, I used to, is what she says, I think. No, nothing. Things were different then, but why? Something's missing. Shit, man, that's sad. Okay, so I have to run. Can you listen to me? This fits into the... It's a little bit later. The line that she says that matters is a little bit later. Not that. Though that's very fun. And then the little subtitle on top of... Gong. Yeah. Today, Anko, will listen to you. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So this is part of what I mean by Anko's, like, awareness. I don't know what I would call it, but, like, she's aware of some of the trappings of funky stuff in the show. She's the most aware character of the balance between traditionalism and, like, moving forward and stuff and modernization, and also aware of some of the, like, romantic trappings of things. Like, yeah, Tamako and Mochizo talking across the street to each other is super cute and super romantic, and it's like the first thing that shows us with dramatic clarity that they are the OTP of the show, probably, unless we do some crazy stuff and it's Midori, which is possible, but I got a feeling. Anko's just like, what the fuck are you doing? You idiots, you can talk to each other. You don't need this stupid cup thing. It doesn't matter. This is meaningless. Romantic or not, this is dumb. Which is pretty cute, I think. I don't know what the term would be that I would call her. Like, self-aware? Not like fourth wall breaking or meta exactly. Maybe like genre savvy? I don't know. Something like that. It's just very cute. There's no need to yell. Okay, and then will you be at home? And she's just looking for every option, every possibility. Yeah, he wants to steal our recipes, sure. And also, he said if he gets to make mochi with you on festival day, he doesn't care about family. Huh, I wonder what he means about that. Oh, you're not dense at all, Tamako. You're totally understanding what's going on. Oh, poor Tamako has no idea. Sure enough, he wants to steal the recipes. I don't think so, dude. Yeah, you're way too dense, so is Tamako. And then Grandpa comes to the rescue. You're leaving at noon? Why not get up earlier in the morning and finish all the work? And if you put in that level of additional effort to prove that you want this, then I'll handle the other slack, right? I'll pick up the rest and do more than I'm supposed to because I care about you. Family, community, coming together, working together for the goals of individuals amongst us so that we can all benefit. Wow. Wow. And finally, he's forced to give in. Okay, understood. I swear to God, I thought that we were going to, right here, we were going to hard cut to Anko sleeping through her alarm. And that was going to be just like a full gag. But no, we hit the eye catch and all is well. She is awake and everyone's up. She's up early. Shiori's here, doing the work. Again, as usual, the focus on the hands is glorious. And I love this little bit of like through line development. Her father, who has been previously deeply resistant to Tamako coming up with new mochi designs, is like, yeah, we'll do a happy mochi. It'll be great. That'll be fun. We'll only do a couple, but he's letting her, right? A little bit more autonomy, a little bit more choice and options. It's great. This fits the mom stuff. So we've been told very clearly that there is one song that Tamako has been looking for a long time because her mother used to always hum it or sing it to her. And what's his face at the shop has been helping her look for it, but she knows the melody to it. And we have to imagine that that's what she's singing, right? And then it picks up in the whistle, I think. I think we're meant to think that that's what's going on. You're always singing it, right? Is there anything in this episode that isn't from Anko's perspective? This is This is, and by Anko's perspective, I mean something that believably we could say that we're essentially following Anko for a day, right? Now we stick around for a moment once she runs off to chat with the others, but it's still an interaction that she was a part of previously. Anko. 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 Only this sequence where it's Dara and it's pure comedy, right? Anko. 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 Oh, shit. Everything in the episode is from Anko's perspective, right? Oh, shit. That means this is from Anko's perspective, right? This memory. And now that we've seen the whole episode, we can clearly paint this as a memory. This memory is from Anko's perspective. We could have believed that it was from Tamako's because she was there, but there isn't a single scene in the entire episode that's from Tamako's perspective. Or otherwise following Tamako as our primary core character. Everything is stuff that Anko could or would have seen, except for the one segment with Dara, which is effectively irrelevant. So could we say that everything we see in this memory is everything that Anko knows? And can we extend that to say that the one particular thing that we don't see is perhaps something Anko has forgotten? I bring this up because Anko turns to Tamako and says, with nothing but curiosity on her face, "That's that song you're always singing or humming, right?" Not, "That's that song our mom used to hum to us." She doesn't remember. So what else has she forgotten? If we were right in our previous estimations, if Tamako is 15 to 17 and Anko is like 10 or 11, and Tamako is at this time the age that Anko is now, then Anko is like 6 when her mom dies. And it's totally believable that she might not remember her face. That she might not even really clearly remember why she feels the way that she does about festivals, or where those particular lines that she used to calm a nervous young girl getting dressed up for her first festival at age 5 or something, where those words might have come from. She might not really know. They might just be within her. Oh, Anko. Oh. She doesn't even know enough to know how much she might have lost. Shit, man. I wasn't ready for heartbreak after this episode. This one was so fully sweet and wholesome. It's just that simple interaction. You're always singing it, right? Yep. And then we cut away to a comedic sequence. It's not that Tamako's singing it, it's that Anko doesn't recognize it that matters. She doesn't know their mother. Her mother lives on through her, clearly. Through her actions, clearly. So it's possible that all of her vague feelings toward the festival are just that, vague. They're not codified in her brain. They're not like, I don't like festivals because they remind me of my mother. She might not have that as a coherent thought. She might just be like, I don't know about festivals. Fuck. Okay, this whole thing is very fun. Once we get the golden bird up there, we can figure out where this is heading, and it is, and it's perfect. I will say, however, that the particular gag right here where they all just sit silently staring at staring at Dara for a second. And then get him. Tsukamaeru. And then we hard cut the audio out. That's a great gag. And then we hard cut out of it, just straight to the record shop, so that we can see the chaos that is occurring outside that he is not a part of. Excelente. Don't get his thing, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Super goofy. And of course, as soon as he's actually a golden bird on top of a shrine, he's like, yep, this is what I was born to do. Worship me. Please look upon me. Yes, indeed. It's great. Okay, and they all boop each other's their own noses, and it's super goofy and super cute, and I love it a lot. And then we're all like, all right, Danko, get out of here. You got boys to do stuff with or something. Can I just say, Kyoen is like the best at just doing these little facial expressions. I mean, they're not actually little, right? They're hyper exaggerated. People, when they say something like this, they don't generally go like this, right? But when you're expressing things through animation, you gotta do that. And Kyoen is the best. They're just the best. Ba-doom, ba-boing, boop boop. It's always so much more obvious when you speed things up. I find it really interesting to watch anime at like controlled high speed because like I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've got basically 3 buttons that I'm using. I'm using the space bar, which play pause. I'm using L, which puts me either from pause to play, or from play to 2x speed, or from 2x speed to 3x speed, and up, right? And then J does the opposite in the other direction. It's all frame perfect because the editor is great. By the way, shout outs. If you ever edit videos, go download DaVinci Resolve. It's free. Yay. Anyway. I always find it very interesting to watch shows at higher speed. You sometimes pick out things that you can't see at the normal speed, in the same way that frame by framing allows you to pick out things. Just seeing like the general flow of motion is interesting. It's more like looking at storyboards because things are just flashing by. It's really intriguing. Anyway, here we go. She pulls away. Same line. Boom. Now we're repeating. We are cyclical. And there's also the reuse of particular shots, like hands pulling the obi together, or pulling the knot tight in the obi sash, putting the thing on her head, finishing up, and then standing beside her as she looks upon herself in the mirror and asks to take them off. But you're so cute, you look like a princess, and then there's that. And then we oh no it, we go it. And we can't. And we can't. There's something more important. And it's that little girl's fear. And so she goes and watches the procession instead of going with her friends. Instead of something for herself. And I think she learns a little bit about what community means in that moment, don't you? Oh, well, I couldn't make it, could I? Now, there's also the wonder here that is like, how much was Anko just reluctant to go to this thing? Like, she was obviously excited about it, but she was also obviously like really terrified and reluctant. So people, when they want something but can't decide that they want it, will often find excuses to not go and get it because it's easier. Like, yeah, especially when awkward stuff and weird feelings and romance are involved, people will be all kinds of irrational. That makes sense. But I think it's a big mix of both. It's part of the thing that's so strange about this show. I wouldn't call its feelings vague, but mixed, amalgamated, melded, joined, I don't know. But we get to see a lot of the happiness of the festival and what it feels like. They look like dummies, yeah. Alright, and Mochizo, poor bastard, has been working his ass off. Happy Mochi, and she is now working the stands. A mochi seller's daughter indeed. And one who maybe has learned a little bit more of the value of that. Also, can I just say, Midori, those shoes, I did not notice before, but Midori, those shoes are really hot. I'm not sure about Kana's shoes with the little balls on them, but those are cute too. Midori's, however, are some very mature kicks you got on there, girl. The whole outfit, honestly, is pretty nice. Midori's a cutie. Anyway, Mochi, he's, struggling. And the thing on his back is crying because he's sweating. Great. Selling, and they're here. And she runs. Okay, I want to hear her voice actor's performance of her running away. The fact that we shoot it in a wide and it's just like, it's so obvious, like there's no hiding it. She's just like, oh, God. Everybody just like slowly watches her pass them by. Like, dude, you're embarrassing yourself more. What are you doing? It's perfect. It's perfect. It's so perfectly childish. Gotta love it. Yeah, not through the window. Thank you, Dara. Golden bird, sign of things to come. No. Is that a thing? Yeah, it must be a thing. It's probably a symbolic thing. All right, so delicious, tasty grilled mochi? Nope. Awful mackerel? Ugh. Nope. And then the gloriousness of the truth. Bing, bing. And probably bingo, my favorite shot of the episode right there. Still, this is the one that speaks most to me. It's the framing of it. It's the way that the two lines of light and shadow intersect across her eyes. It's the bashful way that she makes eye contact with the camera, kind of similar to the way that the grandfather made eye contact with the camera in Midori's episode, but also different. You know, the slow look up. There's power to that. There's power to eye contact with camera. It's a gorgeous ammonite. And she obviously is elated to have received it. Again, with the slightly exaggerated head motions that follow the facial expressions. Super good. Okata. Yeah, and they both go, oh, we didn't get it. Oh, well, don't worry about it. You didn't get it at all, Tamako, so there's no revelation for you here. It's okay. And Anko is a really good kid, star in the sky, golden bath. Excellent. Okay. On a nominally, like, let's go through, like, you know those YouTube videos that are like, how to make a burger in 4 levels of difficulty from amateur to master or whatever, right? Or a musician explains music in like 5 levels of difficulty. Let's look at this episode through 3 levels of depth, okay? Surface level. There's this cute girl named Anko. She likes a boy and wants to go and shirk her responsibilities to go hang out with him. But she's also nervous about it. She's able to do so and chooses to stay with her family and help with the festival instead, learning some of the value of festival-y stuff. Okay, that's a layer. Next layer. A girl named Anko has a general desire to rebel against the traditionalism that is steeped within her family and her society. She wants to get away from it, but through a series of circumstances and a goal of her own that can be reached by adhering to those traditions, discovers some of the joy in them once again. Layer 3. A girl named Anko who lost her mother at a very young age and barely remembers her, and her only potentially strongest memories of her are moments that are intertwined with tradition, finds tradition a little bit distasteful to her and may not know why. Through a series of circumstances, she is forced to work at her family's mochi shop on the day of a festival that she wants to get away from, and through a series of other circumstances, she begins to see the value of tradition, the value of her place in life, and the value of some of the things that her mother taught her, and while she may not be entirely consciously aware of it, she finds connection to her family through those traditions, through the same actions that she has taken before. And while she cannot remember her mother's face, that isn't the most important thing to know. 3 layers. You can pick out as many more as you want if you want to, but I think that we could say that this episode functions effectively as a single self-contained story within the context of a greater serialized story on all and more of those levels. That's pretty fucking cool, isn't it? I think so. I don't know. Okay. I would say that on the scale of warming to breaking, this was the most heartwarming episode and most fun goofy, kind of, with just a sprinkle of heartbreak in it. Just a little dash for extra flavor, like a little cinnamon in hot chocolate. You don't want too much in there. Just enough to give it some spice. Yikes. What's gonna happen if this show really wants to hurt me? That's the question I have now, because we've had 2 episodes now that have revealed something about our characters. One was the Asagiri episode, and the moment when we see her speaking in the mirror crushed me, because it was just like a click. Oh, it's that simple. I see, and that makes it even more difficult. And then this episode, where only in the discussion did I start to realize, like, how much extra meaning about their mom is intertwined. What happens if this show really wants to hurt me? I think it'll just succeed, is the answer. Like, I don't think I have defenses against this particular piece of media. That said, I've had enough time with Yamada that if she was going to, she could have already. And it came close in Liz and the Bluebird, but she hasn't broken me yet. This show might do it. We'll see. We'll see. It's got the right level of wholesomeness. It's never sad things that break me down. It's never really sad things. It's like in positive things and perseverance. Like I'm far more likely to break down into tears watching an episode of Precure or rewatching an episode of Symphogear than I am watching anything sad or heartbreaking or like depressing or whatever. That stuff just is like water off my back. It's too close to reality, you might say. No, it's the happy things that get me, and this is a show that could do that if it wanted to. Oh, scary thoughts, but irrelevant thoughts. It's no use dwelling on that. Okay. I think that's all I have to talk about this episode. It's simultaneously one of the simpler ones that we've had so far and one of the more complex episodes that we've had so far, which is kind of mind-boggling. So I'm going to unboggle my mind for a bit and call it a wrap. All right, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Tamako Market episode 4. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when I'll watch the next one. See you there. Peace.